Please watch the entire video, and if you like it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps out. Timestamps are given in the description below if you want to jump to my prediction points. Assalamu alaikum YouTube. Welcome to the plot prediction video regarding Godzilla vs King Kong. After so many teasers, which I have no idea why studios have decided to do that, the full trailer has finally been revealed yesterday. It has nearly 1 million views already, so people are really excited for this movie, including me. The trailer was cool. The best parts obviously is when they show Godzilla going up against King Kong, because that is gonna be pretty epic. Now we all know that they have to inject some of the human element and stuff into it, and that is something that is kind of worrying me, because you already have Godzilla and you have King Kong, literally two of the biggest monsters in the entire cinematic universe across all franchises. Do you really need human element or so many of them? We'll have to wait and see how it turns out, but in this video I'm gonna actually make a couple of predictions on how I think the plot is actually gonna turn out. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now the first thing that I want to mention, I'm pretty sure everybody of us picked it up. Godzilla is gonna be the main villain character of this movie for at least a significant part of the movie, because in the trailer we see the guy from the previous movie mentioning that Godzilla is attacking and we have no idea why. And then this new blonde guy says that yeah, King Kong is our only hope. So the plot, I think it is pretty simple to put two and two together, that Godzilla is on a rampage and these guys decide to go and get Kong so he can come and beat some sense into Godzilla and ask him what are you doing, man? Stop it, Godzilla. And they're gonna duke it out. From the trailer, it actually looks like that Kong is getting the upper hand on Godzilla, especially when he uses that crude but really cool looking axe-like weapon that he uses to deflect Godzilla's fire and then bonk him over the head to bring him to his senses maybe. So it kind of looks like that Kong has the upper hand, but I'm pretty sure the studios are not gonna risk that, because Godzilla is a far more popular and awesome character as compared to Kong. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna work it out in the end. Alright, let's be honest. Everybody thought that this was gonna be a Batman vs Superman kind of situation, where Godzilla was under some kind of misunderstanding regarding King Kong, and King Kong was just being a dumb ape like Superman was in Batman vs Superman, and they were gonna duke it out. Then they were gonna face a common enemy, which I'm pretty sure is gonna happen in the end, because they're not gonna demonize either Godzilla or King Kong into making them entire full villains, because both creatures have a very significant fan base and the studios won't risk that. But we all thought, or at least I thought, I'm gonna admit, that this was gonna be a Batman vs Superman kind of situation, until that one line of dialogue in this trailer that has really piqued my interest in this movie.
The myths are real. Yeah. There was a war. And they're the last ones standing.
Now this one line of dialogue has really changed my mind on what I thought was gonna be a generic plot for this monster mashup movie, and it might actually turn out to be a generic plot in the end, but at least this kind of plot line is giving some much needed history to the conflict between Godzilla and King Kong, especially considering the fact that as compared to Ghidorah or Rodan or some of the other mini bad kaijus out there, Godzilla and King Kong have both been portrayed as kind of these benevolent creatures that are actually protecting mankind from all of these other giant assholes out there. And for them to just come out and start fighting each other, that doesn't make sense, especially considering the fact that these kaijus actually can communicate with each other. So there needed to be some kind of history behind why these two are going on each other's neck. And I think them introducing this kind of interesting plot about there being this ancient war between the Godzillas and the Kongs that they have fought for like millennia upon millennia ago, and now these two individuals are the only surviving members of their species, and they're just gonna duke it out in this final confrontation to see who comes out on top. And I think that is very, very interesting, and the plot is pretty sure gonna follow that Godzilla is on a rampage for some reason, and the humans discover that yes, there is this another benevolent creature that Monarch actually came across during the days of the Vietnam War, and they decide that yeah, let's go and get him so he can come and knock some sense into Godzilla, and we can go from there. So like I said, it's kind of like a generic plot, but with them giving this history behind the conflict on why these two are actually fighting when they are both benevolent creatures, I think that is a very, very good decision on the studio's part. So you have this ancient conflict between these two huge monstrosities just hell-bent on destroying each other. How do you as a studio come out on top without killing either of your two main franchises in the kaiju department? Well, that is what your Millie Bobby Brown and that Asian girl characters are for. Now in the trailer it is pretty obviously shown that the little Asian girl has some kind of connection with Kong. We don't know specifically what it is, but she can kind of like connect with Kong on some level, and Kong responds to her. And she is going to be a pivotal part in maybe like calming him down or something. And I think Millie Bobby Brown this time around is gonna act as that same kind of character, only with Godzilla, and she is gonna end up having some kind of connection with Godzilla like the little girl has with King Kong. So it's kind of be like this mixture of cultures where that Asian small girl has a connection with this Western invented monster of King Kong, and then the American girl has this connection with the Japanese or Asian invented monster, and they're gonna intermingle the cultures. Maybe that is what they are going for, but that I think is actually what is going to happen. Millie Bobby Brown is the one who is going to like discover somehow that either Godzilla is being controlled by something or is under the influence or something, or maybe something like that is gonna happen. And anyway, she is gonna be like the integral part when it comes to Godzilla's character arc in this movie. And honestly, I'm not really too excited about it, because when you compare, when you connect these huge creatures with these tiny humans, they just lose that their kind of like greatness, because you kind of like devolve them back into just dumb animals who are responding to human companionship. But I think they're not gonna like mess it up too bad. I hope, at least I'm hoping that they don't mess it up too bad, but I think that is going to be the case. The Asian girl is connecting with the Western monster, and the Western girl is connecting with the Asian monster, and we're all gonna sing Kumbaya at the end, and there's gonna be a message that yeah, everything is fine, we should all get along and be excellent to each other. And so we come to the end of this video. These are my plot predictions on how I think this movie is actually gonna turn out. I think many people will come to similar conclusions if they put their mind to it, because at the end of the day, this is a Hollywood movie and it requires a generic kind of script, because this is at its core, it's a dumb action monster movie. And even if the script is really bad and they end up messing the movie up really badly, it doesn't matter, because at least we are gonna get two of the most famous and badass looking monsters going at each other's throats, and that is gonna be awesome to watch. I just hope that this movie has a lot more of King Kong and Godzilla as compared to the human characters, because with the only exception of Kong's Skull Island, every other movie in this franchise has had really paper-cut bad human characters, and every time that they have focused on human characters, they have been the worst part of all of these movies. But Kong Skull Island had some interesting and kind of fun characters, especially those army guys, and I hope that they have some people like that in this movie. But seriously, don't focus too much on the humans, because you already have King Kong and Godzilla and possibly more monsters in there, as we see in this shot right here that Kong is like swinging like there's no other tomorrow, these two creatures. So let's see what happens. Still excited for this movie because it's gonna be a pretty awesome monster mashup. If you like this video, please do consider subscribing to the channel, liking it, sharing it, all that good stuff, and leave your comments down below on how you think this movie is actually gonna turn out. With that said, stay safe, stay cool, wear your masks, protect yourself and others from the coronavirus, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.